Well, greetings and salutations, guys and girls. It's me, the Off-Grid Warrior. And fortunately, Ranger is outside and Scout is outside too. They're kind of passed out, um, you know, somewhere cool. It's been very hot today. I don't have the temperature right now, but it's definitely in the late 90s in the cabin at the moment. So I'm moving very slowly. Oh yeah, so what have we got going on here? I see there's a good few names in chat. That's awesome, guys. Thank you for hanging out tonight. I appreciate it. Good news, guys. I know you're not going to believe this, but today's video is only 16 minutes long. So you're getting off early tonight, boys. I actually have a lot more video, but what I'm going to be doing this week, guys, is I'm going to be putting out a standalone video, probably on either Wednesday or Friday. I haven't made up my mind. So there's actually a lot of content, but a big chunk of it's going to be a standalone video on YouTube. So just 16 minutes today, guys. Mainly just, nothing too exciting. Anyways, what's going on here? Tomahawk. I see Tomahawk has been in the chat here and was here quite early. It appears he was practicing his ABCs. Is that correct, Tomahawk? All is good, sir. Good to see you and you and you and you and you. What have we got there? Oh, yeah. Yes. Rest in peace, Sky King. Okay, Family Plan is in the house. Greetings, Family Plan. Good to see you, man. Who else is here? Mr. Artiford. Hey, everybody listen to Mr. Artiford, all right? Take his advice when it comes to hitting or smashing or blowing up the like button. Mr. Artiford is actually the shiller for the channel. Thank you, Mr. Artiford. Mainly Off-Grid is here. Greetings, Mainly Off-Grid. I hope all is well for you over there on the East Coast. Evelyn Dawn, I've got to go make some food. I'm starving. Be back in a bit. Oh my gosh, I'm starving too. I had 5 chicken eggs this morning for breakfast. I'm kind of low on supplies, so it was just 5 chicken eggs, and I think this evening's dinner after the stream is probably going to be 4 chicken eggs and about 8 quail eggs with some noodles. Yeah, it's been noodles all week, guys. I might start looking like a noodle one of these days. Okay. Lee M. Message retracted. Okay. Oh, what happened there? I had pork chops and yellow squash. Are you guys going to talk about your dinners, huh? You make me even more hungry. Evelyn Dawn is making keto grilled cheese sandwiches. Oh, my gosh. Pork chops. Okay, who else is here? Okay, you guys are discussing your food. All right. I don't know. I'm out of that conversation, guys. Besides eggs and quail eggs and noodles and canned chicken, it's been grim. Okay. Natal. Greetings, Natal. Good to see you. Tomahawk. Hello, OGW Ranger and Scout. Greetings, Tomahawk. Who else we've got here? Angel Does It Senior. Cheers from Oregon. Greetings. Good to see you again. All the way from Oregon. Mr. Artiford. What have we got here? Raw carrots, raw eggs. You guys are discussing your food habits tonight, right? Okay. Audio good. Thank you, Family Plan. Man, I normally check with the audio, guys. So thank you, Family Plan. At least somebody's on it. I could have been talking all this time and I'd have no idea you guys were not listening or couldn't hear me. Okay. I still haven't been to town yet, Mr. Artiford. That's disappointing, my friend. No problem. Jordan, greetings, sir. Good to see you. Okay. Yeah, Tomahawk, very hot. Yeah, guys, it's scorching. It was, this morning started off nice and cool. I was thinking, it's going to be a nice, cool, moderate day. And then at some point at like, I don't know, noon or 1 o'clock, it just, the temperature just went, whoa. And I actually did get the boys out for a run a couple hours ago. I threw open the gate and they sprinted out. I got on the old quad and we tore down the mountain and up halfway up another mountain. And I wanted to give them a good run, you know. So they tuck it out right now. They're busy breathing into the dirt outside. Family plan, yes, sir. Eggs, and eggs. I know it's definitely very eggy up here lately. Evelyn Dolan, it's very hot here in NorCal. Max temp is 104. Oosh. Yeah, we're definitely in the hundreds out here. Maybe an hour or so ago. 90s in the cabin. Tri-tip and eggs. Oh my gosh. Angel does it. Big piece of meat right now would be awesome. I am going into town tomorrow. It's been a while, so I'll be heading into town, and you know, fingers crossed, everything will align, and you know, I'll be able to do some, you know, grocery shopping. And lately, when I go grocery shopping, it's like 4 or 5 bags maximum. So hopefully, the stars will align, and I'll get some meat. I've been hoping to do some smoking of meats here. I'd like to make some jerky, or biltong as I call it. Hang some up outside and do some dry curing. The garden's coming on. I've got a few cucumbers, some, you know, fairly large cucumbers. You'll see some of them in the video. So the garden's going. Tomatoes, everything's growing, but cucumbers is the only vegetable I'm getting out of the garden right now. So. Okay, so guys, well, I think what we'll do, we'll just get straight into the video this week. Like I say, only 16 minutes, so you guys get off early tonight. So I'm just going to fire it up, and we'll get rolling. And for those of you perhaps new to the stream, perhaps you're sitting on the sidelines there. I see there's a couple folks that aren't involved in chat and are just hanging out in the shadows. Welcome. Feel free to introduce yourself so we can get to know you. Most people are friendly in chat here. No, we're all friendly. What I'm going to do is I normally record my shenanigans during the week, and I put up a little video during the stream of, you know, what I've been doing for the week. And you guys can comment if you want to share anything, any of your own experiences, or have any questions as to what I'm doing. Even constructive criticisms, feel free to do that in chat. I do monitor chat as we're watching the video, and you know, if your question makes sense, I'll do my best to answer it. Okay, what else? Hopefully I got everybody in chat and answered any questions. Seems like everybody's potentially melting. Okay, so let me dig up the camera's in the way of the monitor here. Let's move that over. There we go. Let's fire up the video. Hopefully I got it all lined up. And do let me know, guys, when the video gets going, if the audio is good. All right, I think we should be there. Why am I having a senior citizen moment maybe? Where is... there we go. All right, here we go, guys. Let me know if audio works. Let's do this. Okay, time to do some tomato trimming. Yep, it's a warm day too, and it's noon, so everything's flopping over. But yep, the beetroots are happening. Some of them did pop up. So we got to nurture those. I don't know, something went on here, nothing came up, but yeah, tomato trimming. I got to trim around the base of the plants, and encourage growth upwards. So that's what we're going to do, and then do some watering. Well, we've got 2 pickling cucumbers and, 1 munching cucumber. I think I'll pass this on to the chickens. Well, the pickling, that is. I'm going to consume the fatty. You ladies want a cucumber? Not you, Ranger. It's for the girls. See? Cucumber good. Jeez, you ladies are ravenous. Jeez, it's like I never give them greens or anything. My goodness. Well, here we are, Sunday afternoon. We've got about 3 hours to go, and it's stream time. Yeah. I'm going to have a shower here in maybe about half an hour, 40 minutes. I'm going to have a wonderful outdoor shower, and I'll be clean to stream. That rhymed. I'm a lyrical artist. Or is that autist? I don't know. Artist? Am I an artist or an autist? Anyways, guys, yeah, we're getting some work done. I know, despite the fact that I'm sitting in a chair here, just, talking to a camera up on a mountain. We're getting some work done. I'm sinking some metal into the ground here. I had some odd sheets that I'm going to be utilizing over here. Sheets that were cut down the center, not very straight. There's another one behind there. So we're gonna use what we have laying around and get this built up. Maybe somewhere around here. We shall see where things end up. Leave a nice gap here for air and sunlight. And yeah, a lot of snow is going to be coming off this roof come winter. We've got 2 roofs here that are, everything on those roofs is going to end up right here. So a good barrier is going to be necessary. And yeah, that's what I'm doing today. It's a beautiful day, guys. Yeah, some clouds in the sky, but it's blue skies, just the way I like it. Nice and cool, not too hot. Yeah, hopefully you guys are doing well. Hey, buddy, you find anything? You guys find anything? Anything exciting? Hi, bub. Well, the boys wasted no time at all. They knew where we were coming. Oh, nice. Oh, I think I might let my hat take a dip. Oh, what is low, boys? Oh, nice. Where's Mr. Ranger? There he is. How are you doing down there, buddy? That must be nice, huh? Can we make it? We got a full load here. A full load. I'm trying to juggle it. Are we gonna make it? Almost lost my hat. Come on. Come on. You can do it, Suzuki. You can do it. Well, guys, I think we made it up the worst part. We got quite the load this evening. Anyways, beautiful evening, and I just want to thank whoever it was who sent 2 bags of dog food. There you can see them in the trailer. Thank you to that person. I went into town today on a prayer. I knew there was some donos in PayPal, and it was really nice to find 2 bags of dog food as well, guys. So I did pick up 5 gallons of gas, and I don't know, 3 or 4 bags of groceries. So thank you guys, I do appreciate it. Anyways, home sweet home. The boys are tired. I had a little workout, they had a workout, a nice little drink at the creek. I know it's looking a little bit messy. We had a few projects going on. Okay. We made it. The old Suzuki's working hard though. This is a full load for the Suzuki. We got one more water down at the van. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's your food, guys. Hi, buddy. What do you need? Huh? You want to go for a run? We'll have to go later, alright? Hammer time. Okay, something like that, where we have a real mixture of materials here. I'm making art. Well, that's it. I think that might be the shortest video I've done, at least as far as streams go. It was kind of boring, right? I was watching it thinking, man, there's nothing really exciting in this video. Anyways, you know, I can't be a winner all the time. Okay, so there you go. There was actually a lot more done this week, but like I said, I'm going to save that for a standalone video that'll come out sometime this week. And that involves me heading down the mountain and using block and tackle to pull up 2 or 3 large trees up the side of the mountain. And, so that's kind of a fun one, a little more interesting, but we'll see that sometime this week. Audio good. Thank you, Family Plan. Man, you are on it. So, I don't think I missed any chats, guys. Yeah, I know, kind of a lackluster video this week. Let's see if I missed anything here. Hey, Jim, greetings. Good to see you, sir. Welcome. You just missed the video, a very short video this week, Jim, about 16 minutes, and a very dull one at that. What do we got here? You're such an artiste. Yeah, thank you. Okay, what else we got going on here, guys? Angel does it. Thanks for the content. Well, thank you, Angel. Yeah, it was kind of a short one this week. The good stuff. Keep your eyes peeled for the video, a standalone video this week. It'll probably be about 22 minutes long. I've actually edited it. Most of it is done. So I just didn't want to include it in the stream here because, guys, I need to experiment a little bit more with the whole YouTube thing and not just doing streams, but getting some standalone videos out. With winter being around the corner, I'm beginning to... the reality of getting through winter again is dawning on me as I'm chasing dry wood around the mountains and splitting and hauling firewood. I'm thinking, man, I really need to get a better income stream. So I'm going to be experimenting again with standalone videos. So, that's my reasoning. And I think if I'd added the 22 minutes on today's video, it would have been almost 40 minutes long. So anyways, there we go. What else we got here? Good building with what you had available. Yeah, Family Plan. That shed add-on on the side was really, I think I was calling it the Franken shed. It's got a little bit of everything. Some lumber that, some dimensional lumber. It's got some log poles that I peeled. And, well, you saw how it turned out. Right now, it's actually full of totes. I was kind of shooting for it to be a wood shed, but it looks like it's going to turn out to be a storage shed. And the wood will go on the left side here. So the old wood shed remains the old wood shed on the left side. And, yeah. At least now I can finally have a place to put all these totes. All this modern... garbage that I've collected over the years that just collects and then becomes a burden. Now I can unburden myself somewhat and shove all the totes over there. I think what I really need to do is get a strategy either to start going through the totes and donate stuff or just in winter just start burning stuff. We shall see. Oh, Jim, you watched it. Okay. Yeah, I was fortunate to have collected over the years some materials. Anytime I came across some, old lumber or, stuff somebody wanted to get rid of, roofing metal. Over the three and a half years I've been up here, I've quietly just gathered stuff. And so it's nice when I have a little building project is to have some lumber on hand. I didn't have to spend a cent on anything that you see in that add-on shed. It was all lumber I had. I think which is a good policy. I remember back in the early days before I moved out and started living rural and doing this sort of stuff. I would drive around the countryside, and I always noticed rural folks seem to have what I called, at the time, coming from the city, I thought, man, these folks out here keep a lot of garbage in their in their gardens. Especially the further out you get, you find people on properties with, of course, sometimes it is garbage, but old vehicles, big chunks of metal, and just stuff just laying around. And I always wondered what the deal is with all the stuff people were hanging on to. But now that I live rural, so to speak, I finally understand why people hang on to stuff and keep stuff around, because sometimes you may be able to put it towards some kind of project. Of course, Ranger's outside now, and I think he knows it's stream day. He probably can hear me, and now he wants in. I've created a monster. Talking about monsters. Okay, I don't want any comments, guys, all right? No comments. I'm still getting used to the glasses, but they are handy to have when you start reading. I've actually just, the camera is, well, let's get, camera is on top of a book right now. It's been a while. I bought this many years ago, and so I'm actually rereading it. It's an interesting book, The World is Flat. And so I'm getting back into reading now that I can actually see, guys. I know. This last half year, I just literally stopped reading because it was too difficult, but not anymore. Okay, yada yada. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, guys. So the phone. If some of you have been watched the last stream a couple weeks ago, I think now. I was out huckleberry picking, and I took a picture of a beautiful flower. I know, shouldn't really be taking pictures of flowers. Don't tell anybody I did that. But I took a picture of a flower, and then I promptly got in my van, I don't know, half an hour later, and realized my phone was gone. I usually keep it in my chest rig, and somehow it had dropped out. But I knew where the flower was that I took a picture of, and my van. So I went back and forth probably about a dozen times trying to find my phone, and I won't go back into it again. I'm sure you guys don't want to hear me yada yada about my phone. But long story short, a week later, I went back up the mountain and retraced my path, and there it was, just laying on the ground in some grass. Face up. The sun had been beating down on it. It was pretty hot when I picked it up, and it was still on. I could just make out the screen was still on with some kind of warning message, battery overheating. But so I turned it off, brought it home, and charged it up overnight. So it seems to be fine. So yay, I got a phone. Isn't that exciting? Okay. That's the story of the phone, Tomahawk. So I think what I'm going to do now, all that important stuff that I had on the phone, like, mainly videos and photos that have accrued over the years, I'm going to dump that on a hard drive somewhere, the stuff that matters. So if I lose the phone again, no big deal. Okay. Of course, it was a second-hand phone when I bought it. I'll never buy a new phone. It seems kind of silly to me to buy new phones. I see people all the time with, these $800 or $1,000 iPhones. It doesn't make any sense to me. If you have one, that's great. But I just, I don't know what has happened that, people are now spending $800 to $1,000 on phones. It makes no sense to me. So I think if this one's ever replaced, it'll be a second-hand, used phone on Amazon. All right, where are we? Mr. Artivid, do some shorts with teasers. Yeah, I got to work on something, Mr. Artivid. With winter coming up here, I better get my ducks in a row. Let's just say this year, last year I decided I did not take any wildlife, but that won't be the case this year. Natal, video was fun to watch. You're such a good liar, Natal, but thank you. Jim, it can be a fun challenge to build with what's available. Yeah, it's definitely a mishmash. Most of what I do up here is an amalgamation of stuff. But I think there's some vital skills to be picked up in using what's available. For years, not that I was building when I was, living in cities and living other careers and lives, but, I see this over and over again with a lot of people. You have a problem, well, then you just go to town and you buy the stuff to fix it. When you live out rural and not just on a budget, but, if town is several hours away, you start to develop these skills of dealing with problems in any way that you can, rather than, well, we'll just buy a new one in town. And so I say over the years, that's definitely a skill that I'm glad I've been forced into at times. Being able to, build and do things with stuff you have laying around is definitely a skill that takes some time. Takes some time to achieve. Except with auto mechanics, guys. I am with auto mechanics. I'd like a little more skill in that area, but touch wood, we don't have any vehicle problems this winter. The pickup truck is still down. That's really just an affordability thing, but at least I have the van that's running. So we just hope it keeps running through winter. Natal, wow, did you find your phone? Tell us a story on how you found it. Oh, I think I just told the story, Natal. Maybe there's a delay here, a long delay today. Anyways, Tomahawk, lesson learned, and now you'll know to save all your favorites elsewhere, yeah. Okay, Mr. Artiford, the garden is great. Maybe next year add another, and so on each year after. Yeah, Mr. Artiford, I think, I did manage to clear out, I did have the use of a tractor up here, and I think you probably know that, right, a few streams ago. And I did clear out a larger area next to my current greenhouse, flatten a little area, and it's the perfect size for another greenhouse, or I'll orientate the greenhouse sideways 90 degrees from how it's orientated now. So I'll turn it and then add another 2 hog panels, so double the size. That's an option. We'll see if I'm alive after winter to do that. Tomahawk, is it easy for you to get a hunting and fishing license? It's very easy, Tomahawk. I just haven't got one this year. I should have one already. I wanted to do a lot more fishing than what I have, but it's always a case of putting the funds where they needed most. Usually that's dog food, my food, and gas. But I think in this region, hunting permits, if you're a resident, are not bad. We have like a general purpose, so all game hunting season. I think for about $70, you get everything from bear, grouse, fishing licenses included. So it's pretty good. It's not that expensive. Mr. Artiford, if it works, it ain't wrong. That's true. That's true. Might keep on breaking though. Natal, I never lie. Lie is a sin. No, did I miss something? Natal? Did I miss something about lying? Family plan, fingers crossed. Yeah. Okay, well. Yeah, so feel free to ask any questions if you guys have any questions. I think the next couple of weeks I'm going to be hyper-focused on getting the woodshed packed. Like I mentioned, I've done quite a bit of log dragging this week. And so I have a lot of cut wood that's just staring me in my face right now, right at my gate outside, that needs to be split. So yeah, splitting wood on these 100-degree days, not ideal. So maybe I'll do a bit of splitting in the morning and the evenings. We'll see how this stream goes today. Maybe I might do some splitting after the stream. Actually, no, I'm pretty hungry. I think I'm going to focus on food after the stream. But yeah, this upcoming week or two, big push on splitting wood. I have another pile of wood which you guys have seen me do a few streams ago, the tree that I dropped in the woods. I need to get all that split wood that's been drying now for a couple months. I need to haul that on foot through the woods to the cabin here. So there's basically going to be two large piles of wood coming into the woodshed, and that may even fill my woodshed up. So if that happens, I'm good to go. The pressure will be off somewhat on getting firewood, and then maybe I can focus on some more fun stuff. I definitely want to get out and do some fishing, guys. So we shall see. Okay, where are we? Natal, I never lie, Lizen. Okay, we got that one. Tomahawk, your new add-on may help with heat inside for the coming winter. I don't know, Tomahawk. It might. It doesn't. The problem with living in a small cabin is it's not a problem. It's a plus and a problem. When you're in a small cabin, even with a small wood stove, it's very easy to cook yourself out of the cabin. And typically when I have the wood stove going, I have a window or two cracked because it heats up in here real fast. So it's good that it's small and heats. It doesn't take a lot of wood. That's the upside. The problem is baking yourself out. In the evenings, I'll go to bed with a window open. The problem is my wood stove is so small that if I go to bed, stoke it, and then go to bed, I'll wake up in the morning and it'll be getting cold in the cabin. It doesn't last for many hours, my wood stove, since it's so small. Maybe I'll get a picture sometime and show you guys. So yeah, pros and cons to a small cabin. So I don't use a lot of firewood. I'll probably a cord and a half is more than enough for me to get through winter. I know that's not a lot of wood, but you can never have enough firewood, guys. Firewood is like out here. Firewood in winter is like having gold underneath your bed or money in the bank. Actually, I'm not a fan of having money in the bank. I prefer gold under your pillow, neither of which I have. But yeah, firewood, a big stack of firewood and then some is, it feels good. Not only does it feel warm, but I feel like a rich man when I have massive piles of firewood waiting to go. You called her a liar? Oh, sorry guys. Did I call you a liar? I already forgot what I said, Natal. Oh, okay, I got you. But the stream was good. Thank you. I'm just being silly. Thank you. Okay. Mr. Artifed, are you going to have room for all the totes and extras under the addition? Yeah, there's enough room. It's going to be full, Mr. Artifed, but I definitely need to start culling this stuff that I've been hauling with me for the last 8 or 10 years. I've mentioned this before, guys. It's been multiple properties and living spaces, and I don't know, four different storage units over the last 8 to 10 years. Of just constantly moving and worrying about the stuff in the storage unit. It's pretty silly. So Got to get rid of it. Got to get rid of it. It's most of it can just go away. I mean, there's something. I don't actually like looking at plastic totes. You know, I understand that my cabin might look like a meth lab at times with all the tops and work I have going on. That's just a joke. But I really don't like looking at plastic totes next to the cabin. I don't like seeing plastic anything around the cabin. But I don't know, call me weird. It's like, I don't know, oil and water. It just doesn't mix. Doesn't look right when you have plastic totes and a woodsy cabin. So yeah, maybe someday it'll just be the simple life up here minus the load of totes. Okay, I seem to be carrying on a little bit about totes too much. Do you have a firewood bin? Firewood bin. I'm not sure what a firewood bin is, Tom Mark. What is that, like a bin next to the stove for firewood? Around the stove that I have some concrete blocks, paving blocks. And I'm really high class in here, guys. I have a stove on concrete blocks, paving blocks. It looks very sophisticated. But I have some additional space of concrete blocks where I typically keep, some wood inside. The advantage of having your woodshed, right? I mean, my woodshed is literally on the other side of this wall. So, I walk out the door, down the steps, and I pull the wood that I need. So very convenient. There's no like traipsing across the garden to go get a wheelbarrow of wood. It's literally right next to the cabin. So, I'll maybe bring like 8 split chunks inside at a time that I'll have here in the most. Mr. Oliphant, I have one trailer left in storage, and can't believe how much money I've wasted on the storage bills. Getting it the end of the month. Yeah, guys, it's very much a it's a Western civilization issue, but it's definitely a thing here in America. I mean, I've traveled around the world. I've been to many European countries, even South America, and nowhere have I seen an industry like storage units, like we have here in the States. But I've gone on and on about this, guys. But the amount of stuff that we're told we need over the years, the latest greatest thing, eventually just goes in a box into your garage, and then from your garage, that gets full, and then you go into a storage unit. Of course, that's not with everyone, but it's definitely a massive billion-dollar industry in America, and I mean, it says a lot. It says a lot, but you can't take all that stuff when you go. It's really. I think I would like to get my situation to if I don't use something at least once in a month, then it's something I don't need. And definitely, if I haven't used it and it's been sitting in a tote for multiple years, it's silly. It's silly to have it. Okay, I'll keep quiet now. I think you guys have heard me rant on enough about having too much stuff. It's really surprising. Here I go. It's really surprising. I came up here with little to nothing. Of course, I had that storage unit. But I came up here with little to nothing, and surprisingly, I keep on outgrowing my space. And it needs to stop. Family plan. By moving the totes around to multiple storage units, you have become fully American. Yes, sir. Tomahawk, will you be adding a gutter to the new addition leading to the rain catchment? Good observation, Tomahawk. Yes. I need to find something that'll, let's say, act as a gutter. I do have a piece of roof trim laying out in the back here somewhere, and I don't think it's long enough. And I may have two pieces of gutter that were cut at some point. And yes. Simple, short answer, yes. I need to gutter that pronto before I have an issue. And of course, it's another roof, more water. I think next year, one of my strategies or something I need to work on is fine-tuning water catchment and making it a little more easy. Right now, I'm one of these guys who I'm okay not spending money and just working extra hard if a system's not ideal. I don't mind doing the extra labor or, spending more elbow grease on some chore to make it happen. But I think I could make my life a little bit easier with if I modernized my gutters and catchment and where the barrels are, and perhaps some piping and filtration. Have a system that kind of takes care of itself, and I have one point that I can pull water from. Right now I have multiple barrels. I use a hose to soften. You guys have seen me softening out of my water barrels to do gardening and so on. And so I need to fine-tune all that stuff and make it more convenient. Guttering is definitely part of the strategy. Baby steps, though, guys. Baby steps. It'll be 5 years from now, and I'll still be softening water out of water barrels. Then you guys can call me out, okay? Okay. Next time I move, it will be all fit in one trailer or it doesn't go, Mr. Artiford. Yeah. Good strategy. I really like the motto, less is more. And I think that can be applied to many things in life. The things that actually matter and are of importance are very few, and you really can get along with less. Yeah, less is more, guys. In most cases, except steak. The more steak, high quality meats that you have, the better. Of course, you have to have a refrigerator large enough to keep all these meats, but yeah, definitely more meat is better, but everything else, less is better, all right? Tomahawk, you need to start making life a little easier for you. That could happen in case of any future industries. Agreed, Tomahawk. Agreed. Stephen, filled with rucksacks, stoves, lanterns, machete axes, PVs, timber frame bucking, and cross-cutting saws. Oh wait, hang on. I missed your previous one there, Stephen. I had the notion to repair and sell vintage Coleman lanterns and stoves years ago. 12 years plus later, I still haven't gotten to them. Turns into being a collector, turning into my garage, getting your garage filled. Yeah. Hey, well, that sounds like a very fun thing to do. I could get behind, restoration of vintage lanterns. That sounds awesome. The trick is so many people want to do things, little passions, or hobbies they'd like to engage with. But, when you're living a modern lifestyle, just fretting about paying bills, making your car payment, making your mortgage, getting to work on time, it's really hard to start. Well, it's possible, but it becomes difficult to pursue these sort of things, Stephen, right? So the trick is getting yourself into a place where you can start pursuing those, passions. Of course, you don't listen to me because there's things I've been wanting to do for years, and I still haven't got to them, like wood carving. Um, I've I've over the years collected all sorts of carving knives, carving tools. I have a Dremel that I bought 8 years ago. One of these little Dremels. It's a corded one, but it's a small Dremel with all the fittings for wood carvings, and that's that Dremel is one of those items that has been in a tote for years, with all the kits and all the tools and all the carving knives. And you would think well, that's one thing I'd be pursuing while I'm out here, right? I mean, I got all the time in the world to do wood carvings, and maybe I could sell them. You guys, would you buy any wood carvings from me? Wait, I got to first I need to carve. But anyways, Stephen, yeah, that's I have these things just sitting in toast. But good news, they're up here now. So maybe winter when I'm freezing, my family jewels up here, wondering, what can I do? Maybe I'll finally get into pulling out all these tools that I bought 8 years ago, and start carving. Mr. Artiford, when you have less, you focus more on what you do have. That's right. That's right. Stephen, you're right. Finding energy when desire peaks is so tough. These are human conditions. Yep. Yeah, one of the things I started doing last winter too is I bought some pencils during winter, and some coloring in pencils. It was like a set of like 60 coloring in pencils, and I was all excited to start doodling again, drawing, because I've always enjoyed drawing, or did, as a young man. So I sat at this table right here, watching the snow come down, and I had all these pencils, and I don't know, I probably doodled 4 pictures. And then, the pencils went back in their case and are now in a tote. So, it's dangerous. It's dangerous pursuing hobbies that take up space in totes, end up taking space in totes. Mr. Artiford, what is the next project? Wood gathering. Yeah, Mr. Artiford, like I said, big push. I'd like to just get the bulk of my wood, if not my entire woodshed, full in the next 2-3 weeks. And it takes a lot of pressure off, because I don't like being in that state where it's starting to get cold. People are talking about first snowfall, or temperatures start dropping in September, and, have the pressure of going and finding wood when it's, getting cold outside. Not that I haven't done that, but I like to avoid that. So once I get this pressure off with firewood, I think I would like to probably get into clearing up some stuff around the cabin, getting everything off the ground, all this garbage, chunks of wood and logs sitting around, kind of get into a state ready for winter, and then go and do some playing. I really want to go and do some camping. That's something I really do enjoy, and I'm passionate about. I like getting out into the woods and doing woodsy stuff, but it just haven't been able to get there this season yet again. So I'd like to take some time when it's cooling down to go have a few adventures, doggos in the van, get the camping gear, and just go. I'm still hoping to go somewhere and have a little bit of a vacation. It's probably be a weekend at most, and just go somewhere. So fishing is on the cards too. So that's probably what's going to come up once I have the pressure of firewood off my shoulders. But Mr. Artifit, I think you'll like the video I have mostly edited of me hauling logs up a mountain the poor man way. So, yeah, stay tuned this week. There'll be a video out on that. Yeah, I was telling somebody that, when you're out looking, well, firewood actually heats you 4 times. It heats you when you're cutting it down. It heats you when you're chunking it and bucking it. And then it heats you when you move it. And then it heats you again when you're finally burning it in your wood stove. So a lot of heat involved, a lot of energy and heat involved with getting your own firewood, which I love. That's not a complaint. I think about the old city days, when I was just a hamster in the hamster wheel. You guys know what a hamster wheel is, right? Just put the hamster in the wheel and he just keeps on running and spinning in the wheel. I remember living that sort of lifestyle, just, trying to get to work so I can pay the mortgage, so I can pay bills, so I put fuel in my car so I can get back to work and just wash and repeat. I remember the insignificant things I used to do in those days that used to, be either entertainment or they were really quite shallow pursuits and weren't very fulfilling. But there's something about, getting out there and doing the work to get your own firewood to get through winter. There's something extremely enjoyable and primal about getting out there and cutting trees down and hauling it and putting all that effort into it, and then enjoying the fruits of your labor, all on your own. There's something very, very fulfilling about that task that I never found living, in my 3,000 square foot home with my, 3-car garage and manicured lawn. I never felt that fulfilled. Anyways, I think I may have ranted about that before. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? I mean, it's not just me that feels that way, right? Jim, show us the drawings. Did I save any? I think I have that with my pencils. I did buy a drawing book, and I think that book and pencils is in a tote. Jim, you put me on the spot, mate. So I'll have to dig that out, and maybe next stream I'll see if that is even a thing. If I tore the pictures out, or left them in there. I don't know. It might be embarrassing. Usually, I like to sketch scenic pictures, mountains, sunsets. And the other thing I enjoy doing is, I know it might sound odd, but beaches and islands and coconut trees with sunsets. That's another one of my favorite doodles. Palm trees with sunsets. I'll have to look for it, Jim. I'll have to dig it out. Dig it out one of the totes of things. Mr. Artiford, the weather will be getting nice soon for camping. Yeah. Late autumn really gets nice here, when the trees start to turn. In this area of Montana, well, Idaho too, and even in Washington, Pacific Northwest in general, we have some beautiful color changes. When the tamaracks start to, they go yellow. And we have trees that go into those orangey, bronze colors. Some of the mountains around you are absolutely fantastic in autumn, guys. Just the colors, the greens and the yellows. Just a beautiful time of the year, and the temps are perfect for getting out and doing manly things in the woods. So yeah, that's the big push to get firewood. I mean, firewood's a big deal, guys. When you live like this and you depend on firewood to get through winters, it's a massive deal to have that secured and ready to go. So once that's out of the way here, we might be able to get back into, some of the enjoyable stuff in cooler temps. I'm beginning to sound like I'm making excuses. Okay, what did I miss here? Yeah, you definitely put me on the spot there, Jim. Natal, is your second dog known his name yet? Good question, Natal. I don't know. Maybe. I think so. I've been calling him Scout. I'm trying to put effort into it. Every time I engage him is, say Scout. I think sometimes it's difficult with this, with Scout, guys. He's turning out to be, I think he's going to be he's a dog that needs a strong hand. I thought Ranger might be a little, naughty and doesn't listen at times, but Scout's proving to be outdoing Ranger when it comes to listening to me when I try and engage in him. There's something very strong-willed about him, and at times he needs a strong hand. By strong hand, I mean not hitting or beating. I don't do that to my dogs, but he needs like some serious engagement for him to focus. I don't know if that's a trait of whatever breed he is, but he'll disappear right in front of me, even though I'm telling him to stay or no, or whistling or calling. When he sees something, particularly a deer or squirrel, he will just go, even if he's right next to me and I'm calling him to stay. He just goes. So he's definitely very strong-willed. I've filled about 4 different large holes in the garden already. He's chewed on my shoes. He's destroyed 2 dog blankets already. And an old dog bed that I had of Ranger's. It had some holes. I gave that to him as the 3rd solution for sleeping, and he destroyed that one too in the first night, just ripped it to shreds. And I woke up, walked outside, and it was just puff balls of like this cotton filler material all over the place in the garden, on the deck, everywhere. So he's got some traits that are concerning, and so we shall see. I now know to leave absolutely zero. Anything of importance cannot be left outside. I left a towel up hanging on a fence. He got to that, ripped it down. My hat, you guys have seen my jungle hat that I've had for years. He got hold of it. It was on top of a gate post, and he somehow got up there, pulled it down, tore it to shreds. Well, he didn't tear it up, but it's looking pretty bad. It's got holes in it. So there's some problems there. I don't know how it's going to play out as he grows up. Somehow I've got to put the kibosh on these things. I think he really needs some good training and perhaps some kind of collar, shock collar, but that's just not an area I want to spend money on now. But he definitely needs a strong hand. Yeah, that's a lot of dog chat there. So I think sometimes he reacts to his name and sometimes not. So we shall see. Mr. Artiford, have you figured out camping with 2 dogs? No, I haven't, Mr. Artiford. I know there'll be leashes and rope involved in keeping them. I'm actually going to do an evening close by. We'll go in the van and take the gear. I think I'm going to take the dog food and just do a little tester because I would like to get a few hours away from this region before we're back in winter. I'd like a vacay somewhere, but I need to figure these dogs out. The chickens are good for 5-6 days, especially when it cools down. Their water and food will be good for 5. Actually, I wouldn't be gone for 5 days. 4 or 5 days, there's no issue with the chickens and quail being fed and being safe. But the dogs, there's no ways I can leave the dogs up here for any overnighter. Jim, no worries if you don't want to show. I'm not an artist, but I do collect totes. Good one, Jim. No, I mean, I'll share. I just don't know if I kept any of my doodles. Yeah, I'll have to check my pencil and my art tote. Okay, Natal, it's time to train him how you want him to be. Yes, I agree, Natal. Yeah, he needs to be. He needs somebody better than me to train him. Let's just say I really appreciate the whole, sense of feeling like a free man, being a free man, and I think I've extended that to my dogs very much with allowing them some free rein. I've learned my lesson with Ranger, but yeah, this dog needs some good training. True. We shall see how that happens. Mr. Artiford, better put up a block on the addition so he doesn't tear anything up in there. Yeah, Mr. Artiford, I already had to put a little doorway across that addition because he got in there and he was digging a hole under one of my piers for the cabin. He was digging a hole very close to the pier. And he had gone in there and peed and pooped. And so that now has a piece of wood in the front, so they can't get in. But there's a few things I need to do on the addition. I'm going to be putting some plastic on the openings that I said I was leaving open above the walls. I'm going to hang some secure plastic there for winter. And the dogs are playing a lot out there, and they kick up a lot of dust, so everything gets dusty. So a little bit of plastic around the sides, clear plastic if I have some left. And then I think then it should be done. Maybe some kind of door or gate, but I don't know if I have the lumber for some kind of gate. It may just be a board across the front like I have it now. I have had some mice issues in my van. I've been setting traps for about 3 weeks now. I noticed one morning I got into the van. I noticed let's just say some some mice poop on the floor. So I've been setting traps, and one day I caught 2 mice in one trap at the same time. That was odd. Kind of some young mice, and I thought maybe I'd got the problem, sorted, and then I noticed some new mice poop, and so we set up traps again, and it took a few days, and I got a rather large adult mouse or mice, I don't know, male mouse. And then I thought that solved the issue, and then I noticed some more. So there's 4 mice that I've now trapped in the van, so yeah. Mice not good. Sometimes they chew on wires, electrical wires, when they set up shop in your vehicle, and one would think that a vehicle is pretty tight, but no, mice. If your vehicle stands out in the woods, mice will find a way. Sometimes squirrels will take up residence in the hood, in the engine, but yeah. Mice running around, chewing on wires, not good, because I'm a horrible auto electrician. Yeah, that's been my hunting and trapping for the last 2-3 weeks. Mice. Okay, where am I? Mr. Artiford, got that. Jim, sounds like Scout can sort those totes. Yeah, he'll sort them, all right. Not in the way I want them to be sorted. Mr. Artiford, I hate to say, but maybe you have to think about finding Scout a home. Sometimes we have to let go before we become attached, maybe. Mr. Artiford, too late, mate. Too late. Yeah, I mean, I have concerns. I have concerns. It's a huge difference having 2 dogs than just having one. It's a massive. I didn't really think that through so much, but my primary concern was the food, feeding 2 dogs through winter. Because last winter was rough enough just feeding myself and chickens and a dog. But that was my main concern. But I'm realizing that it's a huge issue just moving around. These dogs go in separate directions. You open the gate and one goes that way, the other one goes that way. And then, there are times I have to be around people or going into town. I can't take both dogs at the same time. It's just too much inside the van on a hot day. Trying to walk 2 dogs is impossible. So, yeah, I got... I do have those kind of concerns, Mr. Ardiford. But I'm kind of committed right now. And, yeah, that's a tough one. I may still have to make some hard decisions here, guys. The plastic is a good idea. It will keep those grizz out. Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right, Family Plan. Nothing keeps bears out like 4mm plastic visqueen. Yeah. I mean, I've seen, well, I haven't seen, but I've had a bear go through chicken wire like it was a curtain. Just pull it aside and go into a chicken coop. And then instead of leaving the chicken coop the way it came in, it went out the other end again with chicken wire, just pulled out the way. I didn't see it, but I came back to the aftermath. That was in my old place in Washington. Anyways. What else we got going on, guys? Any other news, questions? Did I miss anything? Yeah. So, yeah, guys, I unfortunately have to do it, guys. If anybody is in a, if anybody is able to support the channel, I'm going to put a link in chat right now. You guys know the drill, but for anybody new, if you'd like to support the channel and help me out up here on the mountain, feel free to use the link in chat. You can help me out that way, and that way I can have access to any donations sooner rather than later. So, thank you, guys. If you're partial to helping out, thank you. Okay, Mr. Ardiford, are you getting the snow go ready for winter? Oh boy, yeah. I need to resolve the shock that blew out with very little use on the snowmobile. I know some of you guys may not know, but I did manage. I was very fortunate to get a used snowmobile last year. My first snowmobile that I was using kind of blew up. It was fairly old and had lived in the woods for a few years before I got it. It was in rough shape. And I'd put about almost $2,000 into it, and eventually I just had to say no. And then I was really fortunate enough to get blessed enough to get my hands on a second snowmobile, which lasted for, I don't know, what did I have that? A couple months into the snow season, and then one of the shocks blew out on the snowmobile, which is a bit of a problem on a snowmobile when you have one shock that's bottoming out all the time. So that still hasn't been resolved. It's just a finances issue. I think the shock's going to cost around about $250 or $300, and really I need to get two new shocks and put them on. So that I, don't have maybe a second shock going out. when I have a new one on there. So I really need to figure that out. Working towards and somehow getting the funds to get that replaced, preferably way before it even starts getting cold, so I can, lift the snowmobile up, figure out how to lift it up, and replace the shock. So yeah, that's on the cards, Mr. Artiford. Stephen, what kind of music do you like? Well, Stephen, I'm actually all over the board with music. I listen to a wide variety. I can tell you what I don't like. I'm definitely not a hip hop fan. I don't like anything near that genre or anything like it. Other than that, I find myself enjoying all kinds of music. Lately, my kick is what's called, and I know a lot of you guys are probably going to think, well, what is this guy talking about? But funk, P-H-O-N-K. Funk. Look it up. If those of you who don't know what funk is, you can look it up. There's a lot of funk music on YouTube and in other places. So I'm kind of enjoying that right now. And I like old classic country, like the good stuff before country became like pop infused. The old guys, Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings. I don't know, I was going to say Jaylon Wennings. Waylon Jennings, those guys of classic country, outlaw country, 70s, 60s, even some of the older stuff, that's great country. I do sometimes lean into electronica. So, yeah, I'm kind of all over the board, even classic. Wagner, love Wagner. Flight of the Valkyries is one of my favorite pieces. It's pretty popular. You guys probably know it or have heard it if you don't know. Wagner is a classic. So, yeah, I'm all over the place. But right now it's funk. I've been on this funk kick for a couple of months now. Also retro wave stuff. Yeah. Okay. Tomahawk, see previous comment. Okay, hang on, guys. Apologies. Did I miss something to Tomahawk? Scott looks to be Malinois, mostly, and is good training dog, so you should be able to train him. I think somebody may have mentioned that he is Malinois and something Anatolian, I think, which both of those, from the little that I know about those breeds, they require some firm hands and strong input. So we shall see, Tomahawk. I may not be best equipped. I got to do homework if I'm going to be a good dog trainer. I'll be honest with you guys. I kind of let my dogs be free to my own detriment, but something's going to have to be done here. I need a strategy, especially with this new guy. He's also, I think he's going to be a pretty strong dog. He's got horsepower, low end horsepower. He's like a muscle car. I noticed, and he sometimes goes into these zones where he doesn't engage. When he's been naughty and I try and engage him, he won't look at me unless I get firm with him. He'll engage. So there's some stuff there that I'm going to have to get onto real soon here, like now, like yesterday. I've kind of been feeling him out too. It's still kind of new, and I don't have a history of dog training or lots of dog in my life. This is like I've only had 2 dogs, and didn't have them for many years. I probably have 3 years of dog ownership, 3-4 years of dog ownership at the most in me. Okay, those are my excuses. I'm sticking to them. Tomahawk. Okay, we got that one. Steven, Scout is my dog's name too. All right, man. Yeah, I think Scout and Ranger might be popular dog names. You know. Where are we? Stephen, he's a headstrong Belgian Malinois and Norwegian Elkhound. He's very smart and very dumb. Oh, your dog, yeah? Right on. Okay, he's smart and very dumb. You know, that kind of describes Scouts a little bit. Smart and dumb. He has moments of where he engages and I see some intellect, and then other times I wonder, mate, are you maybe slow a little bit? Mr. Artiford, can you split wood for extra cash? Mr. Artiford, I'm not sure how that would work. I mean, I'd have to get on with another crew or something. I don't have a pickup truck to go and, you know, if that would be a great extra cash thing. But I don't have a pickup truck right now to haul split firewood around. It's a problem. It's a problem living like this and not having a pickup truck. I recognize that. I mean, I have problems upon problems, and all of them revolve. All of them require cash. Anyways, Stephen, progressive rock. Progressive rock. Progressive rock. I don't know. Give me an idea there of what's some bands that's considered progressive rock. I mean, I went through kind of my what I'd call industrial metal stage. I was a big fan of Rammstein for many years. I listened to Rammstein a lot, especially working out when I was in my CrossFit days. A lot of industrial metal stuff. I actually went to the last concert I ever attended was a Rammstein in Tacoma, Washington. It was pretty wild. Glenn Campbell. Yeah, when you said progressive rock, I thought elevator music. You know, like the 70s soft rock. I don't know. Is that something different? Progressive Glenn Campbell. Probably not. Mr. Artiford, is there any other music than country and western rock and roll? Oh, well, good rock, man. Classic rock. You know, the big bands, The Who. The Who is great. You know, I didn't grow up with a lot of the American rock bands. I grew up with more of sort of the European rock scene and bands like The Who. I went through like the Jam, the Clash, a lot of the's. There is actually a band called the. So a lot of that European stuff. I just didn't grow up with the Tom Petty's and all that. Another all-time favorite. Wow, just the name escapes me now. Oh, come on, Dark Side of the Moon. I was just listening to their music a couple days ago. Who did Dark Side of the Moon? Pink Floyd, guys. That's another one. Don't know who King Crimson is. Genesis, yeah, awesome. Genesis is pretty good. Longer epic songs. Okay, gotcha. Okay, where was I? I got to go back. Did I miss some cha-cha, guys? Classic country like J-Lo winnings. Wow. Why was I having a problem saying that? Now I can't say it. You messing me up here, family plan. Waylon Jennings. Dang it. Tomahawk, my wife is a dog trainer and could help you with Scout or at least send you in the right direction. Yeah, Tomahawk, I'll take some advice. I'll reach out to you on the other platform. Evelyn Dawn sent you a donation. Wow, Evelyn, thank you, man. Wow, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, tomorrow's a big day, guys. I have plans to go into town. I know it's, yeah, I checked the mail. Yeah, Mr. Artiford promised me a nice hand-drawn card about 10 years ago. Still waiting. Just kidding, mate. Yeah, so I'll be checking in with the mail department there, and hopefully some groceries, guys. I am really shooting for a big chunk of meat. The last couple times I've gone to the grocery store, I kid you not, I look at the meat, and I'm trying to find something that I can cut up and make jerky out of. Something I can cure and hang and smoke, and the stuff that I can afford is literally like this size. I can't believe the cost of meat nowadays. And I don't want to sound like a whiny old fart, but I just want to buy a big chunk of meat that I can, like a London broil on the large size that I can cut up. Because, when you dry a piece of meat this size, you cut it up and you dry it, and it starts this size, you end up with very little meat, dry meat at the end of that. But it's just ridiculous. I thought prices were coming down, guys. Maybe I'm in a twilight zone or something, but I'm just not seeing it. We won't get into that topic, though. That's not for this stream. Family plan, but seriously, check out Billy Joe. Billy Joe Shaver for country music. I don't know. You being serious? Family plan? I've never heard of that name. Progressive rock would probably called alternative rock. Gotcha. Stephen, yes, King Crimson, Jennison. Okay, I'm going backwards, guys. Family plan. Okay, Stephen got it. Steve Hoffmeyer. Steve Hoffmeyer. Droid, now you're getting way back into the weeds, sir. I don't know. That tells me a lot about your history, maybe. Steve Hoffmeyer. Is that guy still alive? I vaguely remember that guy. Steve Hoffmeyer is a guy from South Africa who I don't think I ever listened to him when I was there, but I know who he is. He's still alive. Mr. Artiford, gotcha. Tomahawk, meat. I'll send you a card this week, either Monday or Tuesday, to help out with that for you. The chickens and the dogs. Tomahawk, man, sir, I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Hey, anybody who's ever, given a significant donation or helped out consistently, I'm just going to throw this out there now, guys. If you've ever, donated and helped me out, I hate, I feel like I need to give something back, but you're welcome. If you've donated more than a couple $100 over a period of time to me, it doesn't matter how long that took. If you can tell me that you've done that, you're more than welcome to come and visit. You can bring your tent out here and come camp and visit. I'm just going to put that out there. It's I just came up with that now. So, no, if you guys have ever helped me out and you want to come out and visit, that's my offer I'm making to you for helping me and supporting the channel, guys. Okay, moving on. Yeah, so thanks, Tomahawk. All right. Tomahawk, you've definitely got VIP seating when you come up here. I might even have to, I might even have to go outside and be in the tent, and you and your wife can come and take over the cabin for a few days, all right? So you're definitely VIP, sir. I don't know if you wanted me to say that, but it's too late. Okay. The shape, recently I may not be able to make it to visit with you, lol. Oh, Tomahawk, man, prayers for you and resolving all that and getting through that, sir. Hang in there. You got to fight. Mr. Artiford, Chris Ledoux, Hank Williams, Johnny Cash, Marty Robbins, and so on. I recognize one name or two names, Hank Williams Jr. and Johnny Cash, definitely. I don't know, Marty Robbins and Chris Ledoux. Don't know those guys. Sorry. I don't know if you guys can hear a ranger outside there barking. Just bear with me, guys. I'm just going to run out there and probably let him in. I don't know where his doggy blanket is either, so he's not going to be allowed to get up here. Pardon me, gents. Give me a few seconds. What? No, you're not getting up here. No, no. He's full of dust too. No! Down. Stay down. Sorry, guys. I know, how unprofessional. As some of you may know, Ranger knows when it's live stream time. And no, I've been letting him get up here with his dog blanket, but I'm not prepared right now and he's filthy. I might have to let you outside. No. Sorry, guys. I know. I'm going to let him out. Yeah. No. Sorry, mate. I know. It's so confusing, but you got to go. You're dirty. Dirty, dirty. Come on. No, I'm sorry, mate. No. Stay there. Whew. It's the downside of having two dogs that like to play right outside my front door in a dust bowl. I'm constantly having to fight dust in my tiny cabin. Okay, Miss Artiford, where are you? Tomahawk, I'm fighting it all and praying to God daily. Oh, Tomahawk, you're my prayers, mate. Seriously. Evelyn Dawn, I'd love to see empty. I'd have to work some overtime to visit then. Well, that was a serious offer, guys. If you have donate to me for however how long, and I can look it up, you're more than welcome to come and visit and camp and hang out. Bring food, bring meat with you, all right? Maybe if you come and visit in winter, though, I might have something hanging outside for meat. Anyways, Mr. Artiford, Tomahawk, you got that? Family plan, Tomahawk. Okay. Awesome, guys. Some good chats. I appreciate you guys. And, yeah, Tomahawk was, got some health stuff going on. So let's keep him in our prayers and, send him good vibes. One of the crew. We would have to show up in an RV. Hey, you're welcome to. As long as the RV is not too big. You could get a halfway up here. And in winter, you're definitely not getting up here. Unless your RV is like a Unimog. Okay, did I miss anything there, guys? How long have we been going? It is 7:41. Oh, haven't been going that long. 2 hours, 40 minutes? No, 1 hour, 40 minutes. Pardon me. I can't do math, guys. That's the problem with living up on a mountain in a meth lab. You end up not being able to do math. I should get to town this coming week for that hand-drawn card. No worries, Mr. Artiford. Oh yeah, guys, if anybody would like to, and there doesn't even have to be anything in the card, just send me a card. Send me a picture of like you in the 70s or 80s or 90s, doing something super cool. Maybe jumping out of a plane, landing on the deck with 80 pounds of weight on your back. Mr. Artiford, Mr. Tomahawk, sorry, excuse me. No, guys, if you want to send me a card, this wall we're gonna fill up with cards. There should be 2 up there right now that aren't, but I got to find a way to stick him up there. I don't have any pins or tape or anything, so I'm trying to come up with a way I could start putting cards up there from you guys. Yeah. Send me a joke. Send me a joke or a hand-drawn picture. That one's my Haagen-Dazs picture, hand-drawn. It's a great piece of artwork. That's also actually a painting. Somebody did a painting and it's on a card. I think we need some light here. Guys, I'm actually sweating right now. May not look like it, but it is hot. Very hot in the cabin right now. Okay, guys. Well, I don't know if you got any questions for me. Anything? Am I missing? Anything you want to know? Right now, I have a dog outside who's yelping. I think it might be dinner time too. Tomahawk, why can I not see Mr. Ardiford in chat? I have no idea, Tomahawk. I can only see his comments on the screen. Well, thank goodness I have a screen and the chat up on screen. I have no idea, Tomahawk. I don't believe it's anything I've done. Have you maybe muted him on accident? Maybe you clicked on his icon and muted by accident. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of. See previous comment. Yeah. Disregard. Okay, guys. Okay, family plan. You can see Mr. Redford. Yeah, Mr. Ardiford. Would you would you prefer to go by Redford or Ardiford? There's some pronunciations. Well, you know how long it took me just to figure out Stephen and Stefan. So yeah. Is it Mr. Redford? Mr. Redford would be a lot easier to say than Mr. Ardiford. You tell me, Mr. Ardiford. Tomahawk, I think you can right click on that person's icon, and then you should have an option to mute or unmute. I think. I'm not a YouTube expert. But I'm actually not even on YouTube right now. I'm using this in my software. But you should be able to... Yeah, I think if you hover or right-click Tomahawk over... Mr. You should be able to unmute him or mute him, I think. I don't know, you're going to have to go to an actual YouTuber pro to get advice on that. I'm the wrong guy for YouTube advice, clearly. Okay. Let me get back to where I was at. Just call Mr. Okay, that's fine. Fine with me. We'll go with Mr. I don't know, Tomahawk. In chat, his icon doesn't show up. Oh, that's a good point. I have no idea. No idea. Jordan, left click gives report and block. You guys know more about this than I do. Okay, guys. Anyways. Jim, I was just thinking the same thing. I was like, man, we're like a bunch of old farts trying to click on the button on them YouTube things. You know, the internet. The internet, it's like connected tubes. It's a series of connected tubes all communicating. Guys, just promise me we'll never start talking about our gallbladders or something weird like that. I'm going to make a rule, gentlemen. No talking about, no extensive chats about our old man ailments. Okay, we don't want to scare the young folk away. Evelyn Dawn, maybe exit chat and come back. Okay, now somebody's thinking. Evelyn Dawn, good suggestion. When all else fails, I typically just get a hammer. That's how I fix my technical problems. I get a hammer and I try and smash whoop that device as much as possible, and hopefully it works afterwards. That's my go-to fixing. Clearly. Have you guys seen me build anything? I mean, yeah. Mr. Old Man Wisdom. Unplug and plug back in. I can go to his actual YouTube channel, but nothing has changed. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Sorry. Jim, you're it's a very astute observation you made there. Okay. Hey, so this is just on the side note here, just a little side topic. I chatted about this before, and it wasn't so long ago. People were saying, well, you should learn how to code. If you're worried about or complaining about losing your job, learn how to code. And then, of course, AI arrived, and now even coders are losing their job. And I've maintained that the guys who plumb and use their hands are the guys who win in the end. The actual men who know how to fix things and do things with their hands. But yesterday, I was watching a little video that came across my purview, and it was this robot that does roofing, lays roofing tiles down. And so this robot is put up on a roof, and the footage that I saw, it was still in its early phases, but they had guys training and using AI so this robot could learn how to lay roofing, vinyl roofing tiles. And so there you go. I always said like the plumbers are going to be safe and electricians are safe, but I never thought I didn't think we'd see robots laying roofing tiles this soon. So yeah, I don't know. Interesting times ahead. Interesting times ahead. Tom Hawk, okay, you got that. Jim, to wear my contact lenses, I have to go to get reading glasses. Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure I'll never be wearing contact lenses. Probably be a glasses guy till I go. My cabin is dark. What are you talking about? It's fine. I like to be in the dark. Okay, what can I do about that? Let's pump up the light here, if I can figure it out. ISO up. Hey, hopefully that looks a little bit better. A little grainy, apologies. I could open the window if it's really bad. Mister, just because I wear 2 glasses to read doesn't mean I'm old. You wear 2 pairs of glasses, huh? And can't type, obviously. Yeah, I think Mr. Redford, I'm confused now. Mr. Ardiford, Mr. Redford, or Mr. sounds... Okay, we'll go with Mr. I've got used to Mr. Ardiford. Yeah, you got it lowercase, though, Mr. Ardiford. Apparently when you're using uppercase, the kids consider you to be shouting. So I'm just assuming you're shouting and maybe you're hard of hearing or something, so that's why you uppercase everything. Evelyn Dawn, they took our gerbs. Our gerbs, yeah. I remember meeting some folks when I was first looking at, jobs, potential careers off-grid, or potential careers if you're at home and have internet connection. satellite connection. What are the ways to make money online, career wise, if you've got internet connection? And one of the jobs that kept on coming up, and I actually met somebody who was doing medical coding. They were on a small holding, had satellite, and did medical coding to make money. Of course, medical coding is going away too now. If you work using a computer, it's safe to say that your job's obsolete. Writers, illustrators, financial advisors, all of that stuff, anything involving a computer, going away. And now apparently roofers need to start worrying. Okay, well, we don't want to turn the stream into like a complaining session. I just thought that was very interesting, how these traditional jobs requiring hands are now seeing robots. That's your excuse, Mr. Ardiford, huh? You're old. You can't use that excuse all the time. Okay, what else we got? Well, we might start winding down if we're running out. We're getting into the weeds now, guys. But yeah, Evelyn Dawn, thank you. I haven't checked any donos or anything like that. I will after the stream, so thank you for that. I think Evelyn Dawn, you're also on the GAB. Jason Ellen, greetings. You just arrived, Jason. You're late, so you're going to have to pay a fine, sir. Welcome. Good to see you. We had a very short video today, Jason Allen. About 16 minutes long, and it was very boring. According to Mr. Ardiford, the video today was very boring. So next week, this week, I'll be releasing a video that'll should have some juicy, good stuff to get into. Okay. Well, it's good to see you anyways, Jason Allen. I appreciate it. Thank you. I hope all is well for you. Sunday, we're going into Monday now. I know a lot of you guys got to get back to the grind tomorrow, and Monday morning, just enjoy your Sunday evening as best as possible. I appreciate you popping in and visiting. Evelyn Dawn, yes, with a different username. Yeah, I think I got you, Evelyn Dawn. I know who you are. I think on that note, guys and gals, sorry, Jason, but I think we're gonna come to the end of the stream here. I noticed the viewers are dropping off, and I think we're 2 hours into it. Next week should be a good one, guys. Should have some better stuff. So. Just as when I think viewers are dropping off, a couple more come in, but I think we're gonna call it a night. I am actually boiling right now, guys. It is hot, and the dogs need to be fed right now. Ranger, I can hear, is a little perturbed and upset outside, and I know it is kind of dinner time now. So I think 2 hours is pretty good. Hopefully, you guys have had your fill of me, and we'll get back into this next weekend. Mr. Ardiford, Nighty Night kids, enjoy the week. Yeah, to you too, Mr. Ardiford. I'm just going to stick with that since that's how I've got used to calling you now. So, all you guys, thank you, Tomahawk, Jim, appreciate you, sir. Family plan, always observant, keen observer. Evelyn Dawn, thank you. Who else is here that may be quiet now? Or Jordian, Jordian and Steve Hoffmeyer. That was a good one. That definitely takes. I had to go back for that one. Some visuals that are pretty old. But if you're still around, thank you for hanging out. If I missed anybody, I apologize. I think that's the main clan. Stephen, I'm not sure if you dropped off, but good questions. I noticed after I mentioned funk, nobody came back at me asking me what that is or even knowing what I was talking about. I'm pretty sure 99% of you probably don't want to listen to any funk. Phonk. Anyways, hey Jim, good to see you and thank you, mate. We'll see you guys. Evelyn Dawn, thank you. And I think on that note, guys, we're going to officially shut down for the evening. Ranger's doing his whiny thing out there. Oh my gosh, I can't see anything with the glasses off now. So, yeah, guys, thank you for hanging out. And we'll see you next week. Have a good week, everyone. Get through the grind, make plans, and stick to those plans. One step at a time, yada, yada. Who am I kidding? You guys know all of this. Natal, thank you for hanging out. You're not a liar. I know you're not a liar. Okay, guys. My dog's annoying me right now with his whining, so I'm gonna punch out. See ya.